guess one of the main differences between building a science fiction subject and a replica of a real car is getting access to some good reference photos. Now, looking through the instruction booklet and the engine block, I noticed that the actual model, the instructions call out for Tamiya X11, which is chrome silver, for the main engine block. But taking a look at my reference photos, I can quickly tell that that color there is not really chrome, and it's more like something like an aluminium color. So for that, what I'll be doing is I'll be using Tester's aluminium non-buffing metallizer, which I think, you know, at least to my eyes is a better match than what a chrome would be. But whilst looking at this, I also noticed that the main exhaust system here, it does look like a chrome type look, but it does look like it's been, you know, weathered or heat stained. So I'll be trying to replicate that and hopefully demonstrating that as well. With the engine, I've assembled most of the unit that will have the single color on it, just to make it easier to paint and remove any seam lines, which I've done here. One of the ways to add interest to your model and make them look more realistic is to just slightly varying the shades that you use. Now I'll be doing that by using just slightly different shades of the metallic colors here, and I'll be using smoke grey, which I like, just to deepen some of the colors, and also adding a white sheet to bring out some of the surface detail. So to do that, I'll go back to my airbrush. When I was looking at my reference photos, I noticed that part of the exhaust system looked almost to be a weathered or heat stained chrome. So I thought I'd demonstrate I believe one of the best ways to replicate chrome on model cars, and that's by using a product called Alclad. Now the thing about Alclad is that it needs to go over a gloss black enamel base. So what we'll do is we'll cover this in a gloss black. We'll follow that up with Alclad 2 chrome, and then we'll mask it off and complete the rest of the work. Now that the gloss black is done and dry, we can apply the Alclad chrome. Now with Alclad, it's best to shoot it at a reasonably low PSI, otherwise you won't quite get the effect of chrome. So if you have got a regulator on your airbrush, it's best to spray at about 12 or 15 PSI. What you want to do is just slightly mist the Alclad on at a very low PSI and just slowly build the layers up. The effect can get lost rather quickly, so best to be patient and just build them up really slowly. So with this muffler, one of the things I want to do is add a heat stain effect. Now, what I've seen many modelers do with good results is spray something like a clear blue, clear yellow over the parts to give that stained look. Now Tamiya make some very good paints in the clear range, as do Gunzi. But what happens when you're fresh out of paint? Now, one of the things you can do is raid your pantry cupboard. What I've got here is some food colouring. This particular pack has blue, red, yellow and green, which pretty much allows you to make a whole lot of different colours by following the blending chart at the back. That in itself is not enough to get you started, but you can add that to something like Future Floor Polish. In Australia we have a similar product called Pledge One Go. Now I have tried both products, and although similar, Future definitely has some qualities that I don't personally think we have in the Pledge One Go. So if you can get your hands on Future, it's not available in Australia, but if you have friends or if you visit the US, you definitely recommend you pick up a bottle or two. Just put a dab of Future in one of these containers here. And squeeze a dab of the yellow food flavour. Now just a small drop will do. And just stir that in. There you have it. Clear yellow. And I'll do the same with the blue. Okay, now that we have the banding on, the next thing I want to do is just again run some smoke over this, just to blend all the colours in and just to dull the tones down a little. And that's a finished piece.